Today we will learn about one of the most important chapter of class 11, that is vector. In this chapter we will talk about concept of scalar and vector, geometrical representation of a vector, example of some vector and their representation, addition of two vectors, addition of three or more than three vectors, subtraction of two vectors, and properties of vector addition. At first, concept of scalar and vector. The physical quantity which can be represented by only magnitude is known as scalar quantity, like mass. To represent a vector quantity, we have to use magnitude as well as direction, like velocity. That is, velocity of a particle is 5 km per hour along north direction. Now the geometrical representation of a vector. To represent a vector, we can use a straight line with a arrow. The straight line represents the magnitude of the vector and the arrow represents the proper direction. In the figure, A is called initial point and B is called final point. Mathematically, we can consider the length of a vector. AB vector is, is the absolute value or magnitude or modulus, that is a vector is equal to ab vector is equal to a vector mod of ab vector, that is equal to ab, that is equal to a also. Now we will talk about some example of some vectors. Number 1, equal vector. If two vectors have same magnitude and direction, then the vectors are called equal vectors. Opposite vectors. If two vectors have same magnitude but opposite in direction, then they are called opposite vector. Collinear vector. If two or more vectors lies within a same line, then the vectors are called collinear. Similarly, if some parallel vector, equal or non-equal, are in same or opposite direction, then they are also called collinear. Number 4, coplanar vector. If some vectors belong to a plane, then the vectors are called coplanar vector. Number 5, unit vector. If the magnitude of a vector is 1 in its own direction, then the vector is called unit vector. We know that the magnitude of a vector is a scalar quantity. If we multiply a unit vector with that magnitude, the scalar quantity comes to a vector quantity, like a n cap, that is equal to a vector. If we consider three-dimensional coordinate system, then there are three axes. The axes are x, y and z. So unit vector along x-axis is I cap, unit vector along y-axis is j cap, unit vector along z-axis is k cap. Number 6, zero or null vector. If the initial point and final point of a vector terminate to a same point, then the vector is called zero vector or null vector. Let us consider a case where a particle starts its journey from a particular point and return back to its initial point. So the displacement of the particle A during journey is A and displacement along return is A. So the final displacement A vector minus A vector is equal to 0 vector. Though the final result is 0, but it comes to us due to subtraction of two vectors, so the final vector is called a vector, that is null vector. Now we will discuss on addition of two vectors. If A vector is represented by AB and a vector B vector is represented by BC, then the addition of two vector C vector can be represented by C vector is equal to A vector plus B vector. To find the magnitude and direction of this resultant C, we can use two methods, vector triangle law and vector parallelogram law. Now, vector triangle law. Let us consider a triangle where two vectors A vector and B vector are represented by two sides of a triangle OA and AB. Other side of the triangle OB represent the resultant vector C vector. To find the magnitude, we will draw a perpendicular BE from point B to the extended OA. Now the angle between two vector is alpha as shown in figure. Let the angle between a vector and c vector is theta. According to this figure, OB square is equal to OE square plus BE square. OB square is equal to OA plus AE whole square plus BE square, or OB square is equal to OA square plus AE square plus 2OA into AE plus BE square. OB square is equal to OA square plus AE square plus BE square plus 2 into OA into AE, or OB square is equal to OA square plus AE plus BE, that is equal to AB. So AB square plus 2 into OA into AB into AE by AB. So we are mathematically right. Or OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square plus 2OA into AB into cos alpha, where cos alpha is equal to AE by AB. So using the value of these vectors, we can find c square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab cos alpha. That is, c is equal to root over of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos alpha. This is the magnitude of this resultant. Now we have to find the direction, that is theta, angle theta. Now tan theta is equal to BE by OE according to figure. We can replace BE by AB into BE by AB, and OE OA plus AB into AE by AB, or tan theta is equal to AB sin alpha by OA plus AB cos alpha. So theta is equal to tan inverse AB sin alpha by OA plus AB cos alpha. Using the modulus value of this vector, we can find theta is equal to tan inverse of B sin alpha by A plus B cos alpha. Now vector parallelogram law. Look at the figure. ODBA is a parallelogram where sides OA and AB represent two vectors, A vector and B vector. So the diagonal OB will represent the resultant vector. Therefore, we can use the vector triangle law and find the magnitude and direction of that resultant vector. Now we will find some special case. Case 1. If the angle between two vectors is 0, then alpha is equal to 0, cos alpha is equal to cos 0 degree, that is equal to 1. So the resultant C is equal to root over of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos alpha. Using the value of cos alpha, we can find C is equal to root over of a plus b whole square, that is C is equal to a plus b. Case 2. If the two vectors are opposite in direction, then alpha is equal to 180 degree, cos alpha is equal to cos 180 degree, that is equal to minus 1. So using the value of cos alpha, we can find C vector is equal to root over of a minus b whole square, that is equal to a minus b. So C is equal to a minus b. Now case 3. If the two vectors are equal and opposite direction, that is a is equal to b and alpha is equal to 180 degree. So cos alpha is equal to cos 180 degree, that is equal to minus 1. So the resultant C is equal to, we can find C is equal to 0. Now case 4. If the two vectors are mutually perpendicular, then alpha is equal to 90 degree, cos alpha is equal to cos 90 degree, that is equal to 0. Using this value of cos alpha, we can find C is equal to root over of a square plus b square. This fourth case depends on the angle and magnitude of the vector. Now addition of two or more vector, that is known as law of polygon of a vector. In this figure, we can use vector triangle law for each two pair of vector and can find the resultant vector applying vector law of addition. We can find the resultant R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector plus E vector. Now subtraction of two vector. Subtraction is another form of addition. We can represent a subtraction with the help of addition. Where C vector is equal to A vector minus B vector, we can write C vector is equal to A vector plus minus of B vector. That will represent graphically. The addition of two vector A vector and B vector can be represented by two sides of a parallelogram OA and OB. So their resultant can be represented by diagonal OF. Similarly, the vector A vector n minus B vector can be represented by the parallelogram OBED, where O is equal to A vector and OD is equal to minus B vector. So the diagonal OE represent the resultant of A vector minus B vector. So we can conclude that if one diagonal of a parallelogram represent the addition, then another diagonal represent the resultant of subtraction. Now we will talk about properties of vector addition. In this part we will talk about only two properties. Number one, commutative law. Let us consider a figure OCBA. According to this figure, A vector is equal to OA vector is equal to CB vector, because the figure shows a parallelogram. B vector is equal to OC vector is equal to AB vector. Now A vector plus B vector is equal to OA vector plus AB vector, that is equal to OB vector, that is also is equal to C vector, according to vector triangle law. Similarly, we can write B vector plus A vector is equal to OC vector plus CB vector is equal to OB vector, that is equal to C vector. So we can say A vector plus B vector is equal to B vector plus A vector. This condition is known as commutative law. Now associative rule. With respect to this figure, A vector plus B vector is equal to OA vector plus AB vector is equal to OB vector. So A vector plus B vector within bracket plus C vector is equal to OB vector plus BC vector is equal to OC vector. Again, B vector plus C vector is equal to AB vector plus BC vector is equal to AC vector. So A vector plus within bracket B vector plus C vector, that is equal to OA vector plus AC vector, that is equal to OC vector. Therefore, we can say A vector plus B vector within bracket plus C vector is equal to A vector plus within bracket B vector plus C vector. This condition is known as associative law. In the next class, we will talk about later part of this chapter. Now, thank you.